I know I fucked up, got caught cheating. It's all my fault. Now I'm hardly speaking. What can I do? What can I do to try?
Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNightRadio.com. I'm going to see if I can multitask and post a photo to Facebook while I talk to you guys doing my catch-up. See if I can do this here.
Come on, you're multi-talented like that, girl.
Look, I can multitask at work like nobody's fucking business, but sometimes some things...
It's the talking and thinking at the same time.
Yeah.
You can talk normal, but you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, if it's something I don't have to think about doing, if it's like creating one of my reports or something like that, I don't have to...
You know how I talk on the phone all day and play
Candy Crush? Yeah.
Level 405.
Something like that. Alrighty, hell yeah.
Sarah, tell us your catch-up for the week.
Callie went home. Home. He's got 2 homes. He went back to California. He is back to being Cali guy instead of Southern Nevada guy.
Right.
But he's only going to be gone for a couple of weeks. He'll be right back for Christmas and New Year's, and then he'll be back again because he's got so much business stuff happening. Literally on the 1st of the year, the first day of the year, a bunch of business stuff is going to happen, and he's got to be back in California for that. I'm going to try to see if I can convince him to stay till the 5th. I highly doubt that's going to happen because I would love for him to be at our 200th episode.
Live,
not in studio. We're going to be at the German American Social Club.
An audience.
If you can be in Vegas that weekend, Sunday, January 5th, we are going to have live audience. There is limited seating available because there is a capacity at this location.
Right.
It'll
we will be having a cash-only bar.
Yeah, it will be RSVP only, and we're going to have to create something that you're going to have to show at the door to get in because we can't just have walk-ins.
Right.
It is a cash-only bar. They don't take credit cards at the bar because... apparently, they're still from the Neolithic German era.
They're moving up in the new age.
But it's a great place. Now. It's a really great place, guys.
They have a Facebook page.
And we've been wanting to do a live episode for a really long time. And so number 200 is a great opportunity to do that.
And I think we should do another one for 250 and then one for 300 and just every 50.
Yeah, from now on, it'll be every 50, I think. Like
that's once a year.
It would be basically once a year.
Then.
We'll do a live thing once a year. Oh yeah, I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that. That would basically be like our next to last episode of each season.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if we keep it up that way.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Facebook invite up, and in it will be instructions on RSVPing and all that, and so we can reserve your seats. Yes. And we're going to try to get some stuff together for giveaways, and I know I'm going to pick up a big old giant bunch of lube from Desiree Devine. She's got a bunch she wants to give us.
I still have a case of lube in my closet.
I could use some of that.
I will bring you some.
Bring me some lube.
You can't have the spooge lube though. I still haven't played with it.
There's always
condoms over there?
There's always time.
I have got the fuck often box.
Okay, can I have some condoms and lube, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
She's got to ask.
Well, you got them at your house.
Well, I do got them at my house, but all you have to do is ask.
To bring them over for me this week.
I will bring them over for you this week because I got other stuff I need to bring you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so what's going on with you? What else is going on with you?
I'm back on my hormone. I was off the hormones for a couple of months because my prescription ran out, but it was like I had to go see the doctor, but I had to keep delaying the doctor's appointment anyway. So I'm back on my hormones. So I'm all pimply and boily and I'm a teenager all over again. And the same thing's happening that happened last time. My period, for those of you who don't know, I went through a really weird thing about a year and a half ago where I didn't have a period for a long time and all the girls told me I was pregnant, and then I bled for like 3 months straight.
Right.
And the doctor, think you'll come again, you're too fat, that's why. He couldn't figure it out, and I finally ended up seeing a real lady parts doctor, and he figured it out, and I was on hormone pills, but they ran out. So I'm back on them, and it's happening again where I'm supposed to be chemically regulated, but it's not going to regulate for at least another month or two.
So which means we're now on the same schedule.
Right, which means we're now on the same schedule, but I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. If I'm supposed to power through with my hormones or just let my flow happen naturally. I've got to call my doctor and find out. So... because it hasn't happened in a year. But that's hopefully it'll all be gone by the time Callie comes back in 2 weeks because we can fuck. So we can fuck. Yeah,
Right.
because we didn't.
Well, it's not like what you're saying. The water slide doesn't shut down because one of the rides is down or something like that.
Oh yeah, the theme park does not close because the water slide is closed down for repairs. No. I still got plenty of other things I can do.
Other parts.
All kinds of other working parts.
Yeah.
Orifici. Orifices.
Chubby rolls and all those things.
I got it all. Whatever he wants, he can have. He knows that. Because I love him.
There you go.
But that's it.
That's your catch-up?
That's my catch-up besides my crazy-ass family. My sister and her boyfriend argue every single day.
Yeah.
That has got to be exhausting.
Oh, I would hate that.
I could not be in a relationship where every single day you were arguing about something.
No.
And I think my sister's embarrassed that they argue so much, so she tries to keep it upstairs and tries to keep the voices down. But you cannot change the tone of voice. So all I really hear is like the Peanuts teachers are pissed off all day long.
So when is he moving out?
I don't fucking know. Jesus. They will argue. They are the craziest couple. They will argue all day. It'll be quiet for 10 minutes, and then they start having sex.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
It blows my... How are you sexually attracted to somebody you were just arguing with for probably something stupid? My sister started an argument with him the other night because he wasn't in home in time to cook the dinner that she didn't need to cook, but she cooked anyway. I cooked enough food for everybody, and I told her I was going to, and she still cooked a full meal for him, but he wasn't home in time to eat it. And so she was angry and started an argument with him about it. And then they had sex that night. I would not have sex with your bitch ass.
Maybe it's they like the makeup sex.
Yeah, I was say maybe they like the big commotion and then the makeup stuff.
There are some people who are addicted to drama. There are a lot of people who have to have
they're not comfortable in their life unless things are in turmoil. I know a couple of people like that.
I can't stand that.
Yeah,
I know that there's a lot of people out there who say that your relationship's not healthy if you don't argue. No, your relationship's not healthy if you don't have conflict. And conflict can be something as easy as, I'm religious and he's not. That's enough conflict for us.
I think in the 4 years that Mike and I were together, we argued twice.
Yeah, see, and
that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I
couldn't live in constant turmoil
no.
like that.
Yeah, Kelly and I are adult enough that we can sit down, and if we have differing points of view on a particular subject, we can sit down, talk together, and come up with a solution that the both of us are happy with. Most people are not like that. They need to stand there and slug at each other until someone gives. That's how my family is with me. They just slug at me until I give.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, and eventually...
All she actually has to do is just step back 2 steps.
All she has to do is say no.
And they'll go, whiff.
Yeah, she just has to say no.
Just step back.
You want me to say no for you?
I wish you could.
I will.
I'll call them all.
She'll learn it. She's doing it slowly. Remember, one holiday a year.
That's true.
Well, yes.
We did get her for Thanksgiving this year, didn't we?
Yes, one holiday a year. I will be finally, I will have a real, honest to God.
I just want to know next year if you decide that you're going to just put your foot down about Christmas. If then we'll have to trade out Thanksgiving. Like, is it one you have to trade one holiday, or are we going to get an additional holiday?
No. I swear on a stack of holy religious texts, whatever you want me to swear on, that Hobo Holiday is our new Thanksgiving. Period. End of story. Unless you and I decide to hate each other, or I move so far away that I can't come, Hobo Holiday is where it's at. I actually bought stuff to bring to Hobo Holiday next year. I have stuff ready.
That's
for Hobo Holiday next year. That's a
yay
sworn thing. So that's it. I'm on my period, and my boyfriend's out of town.
Okay,
sounds exciting. Well.
If you haven't yet, go to our Facebook page and scroll down past all the advertising for the show, and you'll see some pictures that are very pink and red, and their sweet cheeks is in all those pictures.
Do you have that candy cane in real life?
I do have that
candy
cane.
that thing.
Yeah, I went out. If you look, I have sometimes I play Mrs. Claus for some of the entertainment companies that I played for. Well, first of all, I was supposed to retire. Okay, I was not going to do this.
Yes, she won the last.
I won the Little Darlings dance contest last year, and I was going to retire. And I kept getting all these calls and text messages and Facebook messages about, are you going to dance? And
crotch is that?
that's actually one of the strippers that work there. They kind of mess things up a little differently. Like we had to do the lap dance while we were on the stage with the other dance, and they just pulled somebody up, and they didn't tell us about that.
Wow.
So so I decided to dance in the contest, and I kind of came out as like a crippled down Mrs. Claus, and opened up, and I had lights on my boobs, and I had bows on my ass. And here's what I had a big realization, you guys, a huge realization. And everybody got money, whether you placed or not.
Nice.
There was no big baskets of sex toys. I didn't win, but I got some cash, so I was way okay with that. But you guys, I fucking love being on that stage. All day long as I'm getting my little stuff ready, I'm like so fucking excited, okay? Like, I mean, there's not one bit of nerves that I have going up there. Well, first of all, I was a little bit late getting in because there was a traffic jam or something on the highway. So when I walked in, all the other girls were there. And I walked in, and they were all like, "Oh, no, it's Sweet Cheeks. You said you retired. This ain't right. Why are you here?" And
funny.
there was actually one girl who was a little indignant about it. Like, you said you were retiring. I said, you know what? I'm old. Just go do your thing, you know? Like, let's just have fun, you know? And, of course, I can't flip on the pole and do the splits like some of these girls
Right.
do. But I love the audience. And I love the reaction I get from the audience. So, I
Look at
mean,
that tongue right there.
yeah, I
that
just
tongue.
have so much fun when I'm up there doing that I don't even care. It's just a good time for me.
Can I just say I love your body. I
have lots of rolls. I'm
love
very
how
soft.
it's intricate. That is the only way I can describe your body.
Intricate?
Yeah, when you see her clothes, she just looks like a fat girl. But when you take all of her clothes off, she has all of this. It's like this artist just went to town with a carving tool and just created all of these hills and valleys and wonderful places to explore and poke. I
I'm
love
very
your body.
soft.
What a
I'm-
beautiful description.
It is.
Sarah.
I did. I was very beautiful, like an artist.
I am a wordsmith, by the way.
You did good. But yeah, it's so fun, and it was. And you know what, Julia Sands? Can I say I love that girl?
Did she win?
And no, she
won?
didn't win. KK?
Yeah.
Didn't she win 2 years ago too?
No, you're thinking of some. Juanita's her name.
Oh.
That won. But I still am the only white girl to have ever won it. You know, but fun, a lot of fun. And
Are you the
heck,
only one who got naked? It seems like you were.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the one they took pictures of naked. But
So there
I
were
don't
8
know.
competitors.
I think so, 8 or 9. There was one more competitor in there,
Okay.
and she freaked out.
Oh
just-
well, that's not a competitor.
no.
That
But
doesn't even
she-
have boobies.
She freaked out getting ready. One of the girls getting ready to get on stage and had an anxiety attack, and so never could go on stage.
A lot of them don't realize that you have to get totally nude for
Well,
this.
you don't have to,
have
but if you
to.
want to win,
Right. Okay.
they're not going to vote anybody to win unless you're naked. And I'm telling you, remember when Julia was here last time? She taught. Who was here with her that did the poll? She was a poll coach.
That was Rocks.
right,
Roxy.
right. So I'm telling you, Julia has learned the damn poll. This
Good for
girl was
her.
flipping. I was like, oh my God. And next month, I believe on the 12th, Julia Sands and her mother her mother knows everything she does in the BBW community and that she strips. In fact, Julia's mother was there last night. I went up and I was hugging on her. She's great. It was a lot of fun.
So Julia did place though.
She did. She placed. And then KK won. And
She's
then the other girl
they're
placed. She
both-
was on.
all
KK's
three of
been
them
on our
are
show.
beautiful.
Oh, they're all
All three of them
beautiful.
are
Yeah,
beautiful.
all beautiful.
Who is that
KK.
behind them with his arms spread out?
That's the guy who was hosting it, right?
Yeah, that was the. They didn't have the trannies
The MC.
emceeing this year. He was the MC.
Hmm.
So yeah, they didn't have the trannies this year.
Look how beautiful they are.
I
Yeah,
want a belly
it was-
like that.
It was. Julia is gorgeous. I have a big
She
crush
makes
on
me
her.
sick.
You know, big crush.
That girl's cute.
Very cute. She was. And of course, she's really cute.
I love that. I wish it wasn't so last minute. I didn't hear about it until Tuesday, I
But
think
you
it
know
was.
what? It's not last minute for Little Darlings puts it on their Facebook, and that's all. Not their Facebook, on their website, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they did to
I mean,
promote it.
and I had heard it a few weeks ago. Somebody mentioned it, and I didn't even pay attention. But Monday, the thing was Thursday night. Monday, I'm getting all this messages from all my friends. Are you dancing? Are you dancing? You going to be there? If you're there, I'm going to go. You know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, I toyed with it until Tuesday, and I went, fuck it.
maybe what you
It
should
was
do
Tuesday when I learned about it when you posted
When
about
I
it.
sent it, yeah.
Maybe what you should do, maybe because you love this thing so much and you love being on the stage and the reactions you get, maybe you should contact Little Darlings and talk about organizing it next year
Or hosting it.
or hosting.
Maybe.
If you want to retire instead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one's saying you can't get out there and do the whole goddamn thing naked.
Right. Right. And of course, I'm always the fattest girl. So I had a bow on my ass.
I love the bow on your butt.
Yeah, that was a good one, huh?
That is adorable.
I loved all these pictures. I did. And as soon as I saw them, they were posted on the Little Darlings Facebook page. And as soon as I saw them, I shared them. So you can go see Sweet Cheeks almost naked. In fact, I think
See me in just a bow.
I think she is naked in the locker room right here.
Yeah.
Because
But she
of...
got flip-flops on.
Oh, that okay. There we
Yes,
go.
but because of her beautiful baker's dozen, there's no way to find out if she is actually completely nude or not.
I was. I'll tell you.
So when Little Darlings decides to have another contest, do you think you'll perform?
I don't know. You
Yes,
know,
you will.
mean, I swore to God I was going to retire.
Right.
And I can't do the moves the young girls do. I'm twice as old as all them girls, even more than twice as old. I can't, but I love this. I love to do stupid shit and have the audience just go, "Ah!"
You know, there is a burlesque troupe here in town.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
Maybe we should go check them out.
Maybe. Huh?
As a show, we can go on a field trip.
Yeah.
Go check them out, maybe get some lessons, do photo thing.
I like I said, even Julia, like I'm okay till I get up there. When I get up there, I'll be fine. But like,
You don't even sweat it.
I don't even sweat it. It's
That's awesome.
I just do it.
You were born for it.
I was. It's scary.
Yeah. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, you give a fuck. You give a big fuck. You give the biggest fuck of them all. You give a fuck. You give a fuck what the audience thinks. That's
I
what
just
you
want to
want.
make the audience roar.
So
Yeah,
how
I
big
do.
was the crowd?
I don't think it was quite as big as I've seen in the
Of course,
past.
nobody knew about it until.
No, but it was, and the judges, they had picked out some really young couples out of the audience to be the judge. It was
Really?
just random young
You think
people.
this one was kind of thrown together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I called Little Darlings, I believe on Monday, the day crew had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
So they said, call back after 7. So I called back and I talked to the guy, and the regular girls who had done it before weren't there anymore. And so I was like, well, if I don't dance, can I judge? Oh, yeah, you're the past winner. You can judge. So then when I got there, I asked him, I said, is the format back to the way it used to be where you do one strip dance and then you do a lap dance? Yeah, it's exact same format it was. So I had a second costume and a whole second act planned and my own strip partner, my own lap dance partner. But instead of what they did, they put us on stage to dance. Then at the same time, they threw the chair up there and you did your lap dance at the same time. So half of my act and all my goodness was still left back in my suitcase, and I never got to do it because I had it saved for the lap dance portion.
What was going to be your second act?
Oh, I had a really good second act. I first of all, I was going to come out dressed as a reindeer, and I was and you guys know who my lap dance partner is. It's my boyfriend and girlfriend from the club,
Right.
and he's big enough to lift my ass on the chair. That's why I pick him. And I was going to dress him in, come out and put reindeer ears on him and a reindeer bell, so we were like little reindeers. And then the plan was to put my big double dong underneath
your
that
titties?
remember that red halter I had on?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I turned around to play like I was going to give him a blowjob, I was coming out with the big double dong in my mouth from the big reindeer.
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah, but and then I had a few other things stuck here and stuck. I had bells in my pussy I pulled out at one point. Oh yeah, I had bells. I had lights on my tits. Bells in my pussy.
You go all out for that.
Yeah, you know what? I plan it. I love it. I really realize this time that I don't fucking care if I win. I just love being on that stage.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, so it was fun. I don't know what I'll do next year. I guess it depends on when it happens and
What their theme
where
is.
I'm at. That's what happened is everybody kept telling me about it, and I went to Little Darlings and I looked at their little advertisement and I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking Christmas. And that all of a sudden, then all these Christmas ideas start popping through my head. And I couldn't help myself but to do it.
That's so cute.
So it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Alexia.
So my week was pretty tame. I have not masturbated since the one time I threw my dildo across the room, or my toy across the room. I haven't had the time.
Because we need to go get you new toys.
Yeah,
That's what it
probably.
is.
I need to.
Superman, of course. I don't mean to interrupt, but he said I should have won. But
Did
he's
he
prejudiced.
go?
He was there. He was there along with our other buddy Michelle.
But I did have an offer to do social media for a show, and I agreed. I said, okay, this is cool. I can do this. And then I went home that night to prep it all and get it ready, and it was a lot of work. And for the amount of money that I had, that I was going to charge, that I normally charge, it was too much work for that, because it was a multiple day show as opposed to a single show. So I went into work. I went to visit the client, potential client, the next day, with the adherence that I was going to turn the job down and say, I'm sorry, but I can't do this, until I listened to the show.
His show?
His show. So I listened to the show, and they mentioned the BBW Darlings, Little Darlings BBW night. And so I'm listening, and the people that are putting it on, Little Darlings, the people from Little Darlings, which is actually a really big strip club group here in Vegas.
They're all
if
over
you
the
don't
country,
know.
yeah.
It's not just Little Darlings. There's a couple of other businesses associated with it. Well, I'm not going to mention it though, but it is specific to the event. My catch up. So I'm listening to the show, and they're very good at. They're talking about it. They're saying there are a lot of guys out there that like the BBW. BBW nights are some of their biggest nights. They have the biggest crowds, and lots of money is always flowing that night. And they love doing it. And they talk about the girls who are courageous and brave to get up on the stage. And the host of the show that was going to hire me started making jokes about fat girls, and jokes about, well, what are you going to award them? Are you going to give them buffets? Because any girl would participate if you're going to give buffets out as an award. And they were just some horrible, horrible jokes. And I had to turn it off, and I think I went into Sierra's office, and I just plopped under the chair, and I'm like, ah!
Here's part of the story. So she's listening. The way our offices are wired, we can listen to the stations on our phones, on our office phones. We have an option to hear what's being broadcast from the station on our phone. Actually, it's not what's being broadcast. It's the raw data. So you're hearing live, so there's no editing. We have a 7-second delay in case somebody says fuck over there, so they can hit the big red button and drop the fuck out. Drop the fuck out. Actually, I want to make a little sign for the big red button now that says drop the fuck out. But so she comes into my office, so she's got it on the phone, but the thing is you have to turn it on, and you can turn it off very easily off of the phone. It was so bad, she left her office. Rather than turn off her phone, she was so offended, she just got up and walked out of her office, came and sat down in my office and goes, I'm really pissed off right now. I'm like, what? And she tells me what's going on, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
Tell that guy I want to be on his show.
I will if you want. Anyway, so after the show, I let him do his thing, and I went and found him, and I told him, I said, I'm really sorry, but I did some of the work last night, and it's just going to be way too much work for the amount of money I'm charging. So I can either charge you a lot more, but after I listened to today's show, there's just no way that I can do the social media for your show. And he goes, oh, why? And I said, well, to be completely honest with you, some of the jokes that you had on your show were very offensive. And with the show that I do and what I represent, there is just no way my conscience would let me be able to do the social media for your show. He goes, oh, I understand. Some of the adult entertainers that come on the show can be pretty bad. No. And I said, well, they were actually pretty good. It was you.
You were the offensive one.
You were the one that was offensive to me, and probably to all of my kind.
The fatosphere does not appreciate it.
And while I understand radio is all about personality, and it's all, television and radio, it's all about your personality and what you put into it. And I know sometimes jokes are just jokes. You're just trying to get the laugh. But you can make jokes without being offensive, number one. And
what? This is news to me.
Right. And number two, if you are going to be a mouthpiece with an audience of a probability of 2 million here in the Valley, 2+ million here in the Valley, and then worldwide by streaming, then you're putting ideas out that help perpetuate the stereotypes and the rudeness and the bullying that goes on with that kind of stuff. And you just should have a little bit more responsibility, I think. And you didn't, and so I can't support you. And later,
Did he still not get it?
no, because later,
No, he never understands this kind of
because
stuff.
later somebody else came to me and said, I have some stuff to tell you. Somebody said this stuff that the adult people offended a bunch of people here at the station. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened. So, yeah.
Yeah, tell him I'll be on a show.
Okay, I will.
I really do need to put the drop the fuck up. Drop the fuck
Yeah,
out of it.
tell him I'll be on a show and hear how he talks about. No, I didn't win a buffet, motherfucker. Last time I won, I
You
won
can't say motherfucker.
$2,000.
You can't say
Oh,
fuck
I
over
can't
there.
cuss on him?
No.
All right.
You damn near gave poor Ryan a heart attack the last time
I
we were
kept
on the
Ryan
AM
on his
airwaves.
toes.
No way. That kid fell out of his fucking chair trying to get to that
Well,
button.
I've been in the radio business a little longer now. I could do that, but I want to tell that piece of shit what I think.
Listen here, you smarmy dog poop.
No, I'm gonna get naked on a show. They're not broadcasting.
You know,
They're not viewing.
I was thinking about maybe clipping some of the show and playing it, but I can't do that because it's not my show to do that with. But I don't want to give him any more attention.
No,
that
yeah,
show any more attention.
Yeah, you're right. I
That
agree.
kind of attitude and perpetuating the whole you should hate yourself because you're fat thing. First off, this guy ain't got no room to talk.
Right. He's a pretty big guy. I mean, he's a fat guy.
He's
you
a
know?
fat dude. He would be, I wouldn't call him a BHM, but he's definitely a BM. I just totally got the double entendre on that.
I totally got it.
That is fabulous.
Well, everybody, I absolutely fucking love getting naked in front of people and just watching them roar and have a great time.
And they love watching
Well, and
you.
a friend of mine, I guess there were people sitting behind a friend of mine, real quick, who was saying, like, they were making fun of me. And this friend walked up to my other friend and goes, I feel so bad for her. He goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you realize that she makes a living having people make fun of her fat at bachelor parties? Please, don't feel bad for her.
This is Alexia.
Sweet cheeks.
And Sierra wishing you all a good night. And remember,
Fuck often.